Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Globus Spirits Limited Q2 and H1FY26 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star 10 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Suyash Samant from Stellar Investor Relation Advisors. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Samant.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We have with us today the senior management team of Globus Spirits Limited, Mr. Shekhar Swarup, Joint Managing Director, and Mr. Paramjeet Singhil, CEO of Consumer Division, and Mr. Nilanjan Sarkar, Chief Financial Officer, who will represent Globus Spirits Limited on the call. The management will be sharing the key operating and financial highlights for the quarter and half year ended September 30, 2025, followed by a question and answer session. Please note, this call may contain some of the forward-looking statements which are completely based upon the company's beliefs, opinions, and expectations as of today. These statements are not a guarantee of the company's future performance and involve unforeseen risks and uncertainties. The company also undertakes no obligation to update any forward-looking statements to reflect developments that occur after the statement is made. I now hand over the conference to Mr. Shekhar Swarup. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Hi, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the Q2 and H1 earnings call. Param and Nilanjan are also with me. Over the quarters, the company has been transforming into an innovative and fast-growing alcohol player. Our business has a consumer focus with a strong manufacturing base. Our strategy is to deploy our unique multi-state, multi-category playbook. Regular and others category, where we are increasing our penetration within the state. This category has strong cash turns and industry-leading margins enabled by integrated manufacturing. Second is the prestige and above category, a key growth driver for us. It gives us rapid geographical expansion across multiple price points, and the luxury segment offers world-class products of true provenance and intrinsic quality. The prestige and above category has now reached a critical scale and is ready for the next level of growth. We aim to achieve 2,200 plus crores in total consumer category revenue with over 17% margins by FY29. 25% of these revenues will come from the P&A category. To achieve this growth, we will be investing in A&P to fuel growth of our brands, opening new geographies, as well as launching new products to cater to shifting consumer behavior in the country. I now ask Param to take you through these developments in detail.
Thank you, Shekhar, and good afternoon, everyone. Regular and others category revenues grew 5% year-on-year to 444 crores, with EBITDA margin steady at 17% in H1. In Rajasthan, we witnessed a marginal volume degrowth during the quarter gone by due to realignment of excess inventory at retail outlets, and we expect growth to resume at a mid-single-digit rate going forward. Strategically, we are present in 5 states as of now. Uttar Pradesh will deliver the next wave of growth for this category, and we have had a strong start here. Prestige and above category revenues grew by 55% year-on-year to almost 80 crores in H1 FY26. The category's profitability continues to improve with volume growth, and we are now in touching distance of break-even, and we are happy to share that 3 states amongst the business states are already profitable. Share of P&A in total consumer revenues has gone up from under 5% in H1 FY23 to over 15% in H1 FY26, reflecting the acceleration of growth in the category. Our award-winning portfolio comprises of brands such as Terai, Doab, and Mountain Oak, to name a few, and is currently available in 10 states of India. In the coming quarters, we intend to expand this to almost 17 states with the addition of CSD. We are also very happy to share the launch of our new Doab Expression 02, the Old Man and the Blossom, in the quarter gone by, as well as our luxury Terai vodka, which was also introduced in the quarter gone by. Overall, our consumer business revenues grew by 10% year-on-year with margins of 14%. Our total consumer portfolio today comprises 22 brands, including 3 millionaire brands and world-class luxury offerings. We are ready to transform from a regional liquor business to a national beverage platform. With that, I now invite Mr. Nilanjan Sarkar to take you through the financial performance for the quarter and half year.
Thank you, Param. Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. Our standalone revenue stood at 661 crore in Q2FY26, up 4% year-on-year, and 1360 crore in H1 FY26, up 6% year-on-year. EBITDA for the quarter was 63 crores, which is up 89% year-on-year, and 123 crores for H1 FY26, up 47% year-on-year, with margins at 9% for both periods. Growth in profits were driven by steady R&O category returns, reduction in losses in P&A category, and recovery of margins in the manufacturing business from 2 rupee per litre in H1 FY21 to 5.4 per litre in H1 FY26. I now hand over the forum to the moderators for questions.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask questions may please press star and 1 on their touchtone phone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use only handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. You may please press star and 1 to ask questions. The first question is from the line of Abneesh Roy from Nuvama. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. I have 3 questions. My first question is on your guidance. So if I just annualize FY26 to FY29, so there's almost 1,700 crores of incremental revenues broadly from a FY26 to 29 perspective. That's a good jump. My question here is, when you speak about P&A salience increasing from 15% to 25%, I wanted to understand, is UP and the CSD a big driver of that? That was the first sub-question. And second one was, you have 22 brands. If you achieve this FY29 vision of 4,500 crore revenue overall, what will be your expectation that out of these 22 brands, how many millionaire brands you will be having? That is the first question.
Thanks, Abneesh. Param, can I ask you to take this, please?
Yes, please, Shekhar. Thank you. So thanks for the question, Abneesh. So UP is one of the key states, to be very honest. CSD is going to be par for the course. We are expecting another couple of states to start becoming very strong in our portfolio in addition to UP. So by the time we reach F29, we intend to have 3 very strong platform states supported by quite a few states which are in a good, robust position. In 5 years, in time to come, I definitely would be eyeing at this number going well above 3. It's difficult to pinpoint a number and get held on to it, but I can very safely say the 3 number is going to go north significantly.
Sure. One follow-on question on UP. When we speak to other liquor companies, they say that UP regulations are, I think, one of the best in the industry for liquor industry overall. So I wanted to understand in terms of market size, obviously it is the largest population of the country, and then if you have the favorable regulation, I wanted to understand which part of the market you are more excited about, because you said that the start seems good in UP. If you could slightly give more color.
Just repeat the last line.
Yeah, basically you have had a good performance in UP. I wanted to understand, given the regulations and every liquor company is saying UP is kind of a dream market in terms of regulation, I wanted to understand the potential there.
So, we are still fairly small niche in the pie. So for us, we have a very clear eye on where we want to be, and our eye is based on each segment. That these are the segments we see we have a right to win and we are approaching. So UP definitely will be a multiplier for us. My only point to say was that we will not be over-dependent on UP, and we intend putting our strong presence across well beyond not only UP but also beyond North. So we see ourselves truly becoming national when we are saying that we want to be known as a national beverage platform rather than a single state success story. That was the intent of the reply. UP we definitely see as a continued driver. We are very small in UP despite whatever we say. And UP will continue, in my view, to be a very fertile area. And with our distillery also starting to fire, we also have a huge home turf advantage now building up for us, which was not there with us in the past.
Sure. Second question
just to add to that, sorry, Abneesh. The really exciting thing about UP is that you could be adding a couple of 100,000 cases a year, every year over there for a while, especially in the P&A category. Given the size of the state, there is such a large headroom for growth, and that's why the excitement. But completely back what Param has said, we intend to be a multi-state player, not overly dependent on either UP or any other states.
Yeah. See, adding a few lakh cases a year out of the state which is in the zone of just under 3 crores of volume a year, cases in this segment, it's not such a complex situation. Yeah.
Sure. Second question was essentially on the profitability. You mentioned 3 states have turned profitable. So if you could mention the 2 states which are not profitable, how do you see the path in terms of profitability in terms of this part of the portfolio?
So the way we have approached the whole business model of niche is that we say that the third full year of operation, our endeavor is to make every state profitable. So once it completes, and as of now we have held on to profitability. We are all managing this fairly well. One of the states which we expect to be next in line in terms of profitability is West Bengal. We expect it to be the next one in line. But as I said, these things move a quarter here, a quarter there. But overall, our strike rate and our line of sight as to how we conduct business is the point which I want to drive home, that it is very calculative, very measured ambition that we are going in each geography, each state, which brand to choose, what right of win we have, and that's the model we are slowly starting to become proud of.
So last quick question, I think every liquor company is looking forward to it. In terms of the Delhi liquor policy, any insights you can share? When do you see the opening up, and how big is the opening up opportunity? Because I'm sure in India the borders are porous. Even if the state may not have fully opened up in terms of the policy, what can be the impact if the policy is favorable? And your insights, when do you see that happen?
So the latest understanding that we have is that obviously the current Delhi excise policy will get its share of amendment from April 26. And regardless of the model the Delhi excise ends up with, they definitely have very clearly outlined that they also see an opportunity of allowing the consumer premium and luxury experiences. They also see the need of making the whole purchase experience much more convenient and pleasurable for the consumer. And for me, those are the key takeaways. How they go about doing it, whether it becomes a combination of private and government, stays with private, that is, industry bodies are continuing to make the representations, and at the outcome will be what it will be. From my point of view, Delhi definitely is going to be opening up to more consumer experiences and towards having more provenance of luxury, and those are both great for Globus sitting here. So those are both great factors for us. So for me, either of the three models which Delhi comes up with, we are excited about it because it serves the larger platform to grow.
Sure. Thanks for the detailed answer. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thanks, Abneesh.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Bhargav from Ambit Asset Management. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, team, and thank you for the opportunity. Sir, my first question is that we have been launching a lot of products in the IMFL category, as we mentioned in the PPT. But obviously, one product gap that we have is tequila. So any plans to launch into this category as well, maybe in the next 2 to 3 years?
Thanks for the question. The tequila category has been showing a lot of growth rates in the last few quarters in the recent times. Tequila, of course, has a restriction, a GI restriction, where it must only be manufactured in Mexico. It's a category that we're studying, and hopefully we will give you announcements about that in the near future. But for now, we do have a luxury rollout strategy in various different categories and brands. Tequila is something that we continue to work on at this time.
Okay. Secondly, sir, in your presentation, you mentioned that soon Mountain Oak can become a 1 million case brand. Any timeline in terms of when you are looking at this achievement?
I don't think we mentioned that in the presentation, but we're excited about Mountain Oak as becoming the next millionaire brand in our portfolio. We'll just wait and watch and allow us to give you that exciting news as and when it breaks out.
Okay, understood. And thirdly, sir, obviously it's very good to see your FY29 vision statement, and so you've actually quantified it as well in terms of revenues and revenue mix as well. But assuming that we reach to this milestone, is it fair to say that at that point in time we might also look at considering a demerger of the consumer and the non-consumer business?
Difficult to say that at this point from where we stand. This journey is going to have a lot of organic and inorganic opportunities. We're very excited that our last 4 or 5 years of hard work has started paying out in terms of a sustainable distribution network and a fascinating portfolio of brands. So it's difficult to say at this stage, Bhargav. Let's see how the years shape up, and then we will take decisions which are in interest of business first and foremost, and of course in interest of shareholder value.
Sure. And lastly, sir, given the kind of populist announcements we've seen in Bihar, obviously their fiscal deficit situation can actually worsen. So is there any expectation that they might consider removing the alcohol ban? Any probability or possibility of that happening?
So, such drastic government policy is very hard to predict. So I cannot give you my prediction on it. But I can say that, when Bihar, before the prohibition policy in Bihar, we had a pretty good regular and others strategy that was deployed over there, of course, that no longer exists today. As and when the prohibition does go away, if and when it does go away, we will we will, make sure that we're the first ones to get the benefit of whatever policy that does shape up. Unfortunately, I can't give any other expectation or prediction on this.
Great, sir. Thank you very much for your answers and all the very best.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Himanshu Shah from Dolat Capital. Please go ahead. Mr. Shah, I have unmuted your line. Please proceed with your question.
Hello.
Yes, please proceed.
Yeah, am I audible?
Right.
Sorry, I was on
mute.
Thank you. Sir, thanks and congratulations for Vision FY29. Just some clarification on this vision. In the consumer business, are we building in our vision anything coming from Bihar? Have we assumed Bihar opening up and Bihar contributing?
It's not part of the vision. No.
Okay. And any inorganic acquisitions or anything in this particular vision, or it's purely on an organic basis, means geographic and portfolio expansion led?
This is largely geographic and portfolio expansion led. Be that as it may, there may be opportunities that come up, as I mentioned just earlier, and we'd like to be able to take advantage of those as and when they come up.
Okay, but this vision is not dependent on those opportunities.
No. As of now, the way we see it, it's not dependent.
Yes, sir. And again, continuing on this vision statement, on the manufacturing part, over there also we are looking at healthy revenue growth rate, means almost 10% CAGR or whatever time period I see. Now, what will drive the revenue growth in manufacturing business? Bit surprised and puzzled with that particular thing.
So there are two factors. One is that we do estimate a slightly higher capacity utilization than we have right now. That will peak out, though, maybe next quarter or the quarter after that. We also have a new distillery starting up in Uttar Pradesh, whereas it's intended to be all for consumer. There will be some surplus capacity, which will be, offloaded as ENA. And finally, in our model, we have assumed as the years or quarters go by, there will be conversion from ethanol to ENA in each state as the markets of those states grow. So combination of these factors will give a certain growth rate. And finally, as our internal consumption increases, that will actually put a little bit of negative pressure on manufacturing growth rate. The major two factors are capacity utilization and startup of Uttar Pradesh unit.
Thank you. Thanks for this detailed answer. Fairly clear. Very helpful. So secondly, now coming to today's announcement with respect to upcoming board meeting on 20th of November with respect to fundraise, can you elaborate a bit more, like what kind of fundraise are we looking for and why the need for fundraise? Because I believe our peak capex intensity is behind us with the opening of the UP distillery, and our consumer business will not be needing much of capex. There will be some working capital requirement, but then our cash flow generation itself will be significant, plus there will be some reduction in finance cost also. So why the need for this fundraise at this point of time?
So at this point, we're not really in a position to say too much more. This is something that the board is considering, and they will take a call on it. Whatever the outcome is of the board meeting, we will certainly inform you. That said, we are very excited about the growth prospects in our consumer business, both regular and prestige. And in the coming times, there may be opportunities to invest behind organic as well as inorganic growth to accelerate our vision.
Sure, sir. So can I ask two more questions? This was helpful. Quick, smaller follow-up with respect to Q2.
Yes,
Hello?
please go ahead.
Yeah. in our consumer business, Delhi has impacted our volumes, especially in regular and others, which has led to lower growth. So what is the change that happened in Delhi policy which is impacting our volumes?
So, Param, would you like to take that?
Yeah. So what has happened in regular others in Delhi, in between there was a gap after the previous excise policy had finished. There was a gap when brands were not available because the excise policy was being formulated. And after the excise policy has been formulated, the overall industry volumes have been very tempered. And that's a behavior across brands and companies. And at this point of time, it is continuing through that era. We are expecting that at the end of FY25, the new robust policy will come and then it will be back to the normal road. So it's a function of just a gap in the policy, and then the policy that came has just led to continuing temperance of the segment itself.
So, sir, does this imply that even government's revenue must have got significantly impacted, excise revenue, or that gap is getting fulfilled by some other imported brands getting imported from other states or something?
So category-wise is there. This category gap is evident that the performance is low. Now, overall revenues is very difficult for me to outline where possibly this revenue would have been migrated to. That gesticulation, it will be not possible to comprehend.
But there's no revenue increase due to import. That's for sure.
No. That can't happen because
Oh, and so it's therefore logical that it would have reduced, but we don't have the figures, so we can't say that for certain. The other thing I'd like to add, just to put a little more color to this, is that in the regular others category, our next wave of growth is certainly going to be Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan giving steady low growth. Other than that, there are 3 other states where we have an optionality to start getting in a little more growth, which is West Bengal, Delhi, and Haryana. So as of now, and this is something we've been saying in the past quarters as well, the policy in these other states is not favorable for the regular and others category. But as and when it does change, we have the optionality to increase our growth a little bit more.
And so lastly, on manufacturing business, a healthy EBITDA per liter of 5.5 rupees, and we believe that maize price and presumably even gluten rice prices have corrected further, especially in the month of October and November. So should we see this trajectory improvising further from here on, maybe to the long-term average of?
Yeah, Himanshu, that's you're right about that. The raw material prices have been coming down in October and November, and it's largely due to a very significant amount of FCI rice that's going to get available for all of us to use to make ethanol. But that said, I do foresee our long-term sort of strategic guidance for the manufacturing business is that 5 to 7% EBITDA margins. There are going to be periods of higher profitability, but those will get corrected over time, either through pricing action or something else. Any inefficiency in policy, or rather over efficiency in policy by giving us higher profits, we will obviously enjoy that. But the strategic guidance for that business is 5 to 7% EBITDA margins.
Okay. And lastly, so when is UP Distillery getting started? That will be last one from my side. It was expected in Q3.
Kind of like the millionaire question from Mountain Oak. Give us a little bit of time. It's around the corner. We'll update shareholders as soon as it's done, but it's very much on track.
So we should expect it opening in this quarter, Q3, UP Distillery.
Yes, yes, that is our expectation as well, and the work is on track for that.
Sure, and all the best to the management and the promoter family for the vision. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure that the management will be able to address questions from all the participants in the conference, kindly limit your questions to 2 per participant. Should you have a follow-up question, please rejoin the queue. We'll take the next question from the line of Madhur Rathi from Counter Cyclical Investments. Please go ahead.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity. Sir, I'm trying to understand that in our regular and other segments, sir, we have grown our volume from 12.3 million cases in FY21 to 15.8 million cases in FY25. So that is close to 5-6% of volume growth. And sir, we are expecting this segment revenue to double from around 850-860 crores to 1600 crores plus over the next 3 years. So how do we plan to achieve this? Because, sir, we have entered new states in the past few years, but our volumes haven't been reflecting the same. So what gives us the confidence that with UP coming in, we can scale the volumes and revenue going forward?
Thank you. Param, can I ask you to take that?
Yeah, it's a good question. See, our as I said, our main frame is obviously the next wave of growth we have at the offset called out is UP. And UP is the largest market of almost 1 crore cases a month. So it's a sea of business opportunity out there, and we definitely see it as a main driver. In addition to that, there is work going on in realigning our manufacturing arrangement for regular and others in West Bengal, and we are hopeful in future we will get opportunities in this state as well. So that's the main reason is UP indeed.
So these other states, Haryana, UP, other than Rajasthan are dominant states, all these other states have, although capacity might not be equivalent to what UP has, but sir, these are a decent amount of market, but sir, we haven't still grown in the range we were expecting, sir. So I'm just trying to understand what gives. And sir, the second question would be, sir, what kind of price hike on average we expect in the regular and other segment from the government as well as our pricing position if we have some, maybe over the next 3 years?
So we believe in profitable growth, and we have called this out time and again. You know, when we see in regular and others that there is a situation developing where the growth is getting challenged, we do try and hold our feet and then wait for the next wave of profitable growth, because there's no point in just going for volumes for the sake of going for volumes. And we neither practice it in regular and others, nor do we practice it in prestige and above. And that is the reason you see sometimes a state in a holding position. And we believe it's the right strategy, because at the end of it, the business is all about continuing profitable growth. But we have got a huge, UP is India's biggest market in terms of opportunities, 3 times Rajasthan and some. So just that market is the key driver. We don't want to dilute our focus. In the meanwhile, Delhi, West Bengal and Haryana are ready for an opportunity, and we are waiting and biting. And I'm sure opportunities will come. They have been there in the past, and we have enjoyed the patronage, and so shall it be in the coming times as well.
And sir, on the price hike, what kind of on the price hike?
So we expect roughly 5% per year price hike, but it can come once in 2 years at 10% or once a year as 5%. That's kind of our expectation.
Got it. Sir, just a final question from mine. Sir, when we say that we are waiting for the opportunity in these 3 states, so what is the opportunity? And sir, a sub-question would be, sir, it seems that because of good monsoons, the winters are going to be harsher this year. So do we see that because of this we can expect to gain some share as well as volume growth higher than what it was historically, maybe based on your historical experience?
Just coming to the question about the Haryana, Delhi and West Bengal, this is as I mentioned to the earlier person as well, these 3 states are an optionality for us. We, at this moment, cannot predict when policy changes will take place. Of course, industry bodies have been constantly advocating for it. As and when policy changes do take place, these 3 states give us the option of adding to our growth. For the regular and others category, our primary focus for growth is going to be Uttar Pradesh as well as growing Rajasthan at a steady growth number. So I hope that's clear about our regular and other strategy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think there was one other question. Can you repeat that, please?
Sir, on the winter, does a harsher winter lead to... yeah.
I mean, I don't see how that's going to help us increase market share per se. I mean, it may help industry volumes. Our strategy for increasing market share continues to be the same regardless of the type of winter.
Got it. So thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Raman KV from Sequent Investments. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, I have 2 questions. So, if possible, can you give some guidance with respect to the sales volume for Prestige and above and regular and other for FY27?
We're not right now giving guidance for FY27 volume figures. We've given a guidance for FY29. We understand that there may be some gains, some slips during this period, but we remain focused on the FY29 figures.
But do you expect the growth momentum to be continued, like at least in the regular and above space? I mean, we have been consistently growing. Hello?
See, regular and above has to grow faster than it has been growing for us to meet that FY29 figure. So we are expecting an increase in growth rate in regular and others.
So from what I am understanding is, correct me if I'm wrong, sir. So regular and others grew by 12% previous year. So you are expecting it to grow at a much better, higher pace for the coming next 4 years, right?
Yes.
And sir, on the manufacturing business, now that the margins have improved, do you think the second half of this year we will be able to maintain the same EBITDA margin?
So, I said this earlier again, our guidance for manufacturing margins is 5 to 7%. When raw material prices are weaker, as they are right now, we are going to make more margins than that. But, strategically, the manufacturing business should only return us 5 to 7%.
Okay, understood, sir. Thank you. I'll join back in the queue.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from the line of Nitin Awasthi from Incred Research. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. 2 questions from my side, both one on your subsidiary and one on your JV. The subsidiary company that we have, on a profit before tax level, it seems that we are almost break-even. Is that understanding correct? And could you shed some light on the progress that we're having in that company? Because it seems like competition is also increasing in that category. And Haryana, Delhi, that whole region seems to have loved the vibe of this product. Hence, other guys also entering this product that the subsidiary is manufacturing. That would be the first one. The second one would obviously be on the JV part. The JV losses seem to have gone up. And, of course, that could indicate 2 things. That, one, our sales are increasing, or we have made investments to increase our sales. So could you allude to which one it is on the JV front?
Thanks. Param, could you take it?
Yeah. So obviously on the JV, it's early days. We have just entered the market this year, and the early signs are promising. We are still evolving and getting embedded into it, and we are setting ourselves up for the next full year. The investments are in line with our anticipated business plan and the growth that we've been planning. So there is nothing out of normal in the investments that are coming through. Because while we are planning, we have a business plan to strive for, and this is in service of the business plan that we are slowly working to expand our presence and to expand the brand availability. It's in service of that. There is no other intention behind it. There is no significant upping of investments, by the way. Yeah, it's for strength of distribution and penetration.
Understood. On the subsidiary front, sir?
Which subsidiary is he referring to, Shekhar?
Board beverages.
In which you have the product not out.
So there is, we all have expectation from the RTD market to start evolving, and we saw this as an opportunity to enter the market, and we are continuing to jog into that market because, as you will also see, that the RTD market is seeing a bit of a excitement now, and along with excitement, obviously, participation of multiple players is part of the excitement as well as part of the category growing. So we don't see this in any way as a dampener, if I may say so. We are waiting and watching and participating in the category and seeing how the category evolves, because the category has shown green shoots in overall trends across the globe. And we didn't want to miss out the opportunity to sort of start feeling this category in the larger scheme of things to come. And that is the whole objective.
Understood, sir.
Thank you. A reminder to all the participants that you may please press star and one to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Ankit Minocha from Adezi Ventures Family Office. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. I was looking at the brand portfolio that was shared in the presentation on slide 19. So firstly, if you could talk about some of the newer premium launches, for example, the new launch in Dua, and also the Terai vodka, as well as the current beer. So, I mean, first, is this a limited edition whiskey again, or is this now not a limited edition? How far is the vodka progressing, and what are your plans for the same? And, what's the status of the beer? So that's my first question.
I'll be happy to talk a little bit about this, but just before, I have a hard stop, which I'll be calling straight after this question. But Param and Nilanjan will be happy to stay on and take further questions. So the Doab 02 is the latest single malt whiskey, Indian-made single malt whiskey that's been launched by us. It is the industry first, matured in Mizunara casks, which were imported from Japan. So it really brings together the two worlds of India and Japan into this bottle of whiskey. This is limited to 500 casks again. And so now we have two products that enjoy this sort of reserve status in the market, and we found that reducing availability assists the brand recall, and we look forward to bringing in more variants of Doab in the future. Terai vodka also has an exciting new feature. It's an industry first amethyst filtered. In fact, it's a world first amethyst filtered. No other vodka or spirit has used amethyst crystal in filtration, which adds a very interesting mineral palette to the vodka. These are some of the innovative launches that the team has been working on. All of our brands are developed in-house 100%. And we look forward to bringing in more exciting products and features in the next few quarters.
Okay, yeah, thanks for that. And just to add to what a participant mentioned earlier, I mean, tequila seems to be a really interesting and a high growth category, so we'll be really keen if in case there's something that can be looked at by our company over there. The second question that I have is with regards to UP as a market for the popular segment. So how would you compare the size of the UP market versus the total size of all your other markets? So if I was to compare the total size of your established markets right now, what would be the total size of UP versus those markets for your product?
This is for regular and above?
For regular and above, correct.
Yeah, it's almost the same, all others put together and UP alone.
Okay, so that was kind of double your addressable.
It's almost equal to all others put together. You would maybe a little smaller. But that shows the size. It's equivalent to three other states. It's a big market in terms of volume. I gave you the actual number. It's almost 1 crore cases a month. Yeah.
Okay, sure. And I checked about the ferret beer earlier in the earlier question as well. Could you talk a little bit about the progress there?
Yeah, so as we had from time to time, we keep sharing the information. We have entered the beer category with a strong beer, only in cans and only in the UP market to begin the journey. We entered the market in May, and we started our distribution, and slowly we are spreading this distribution and using this lean season to evolve ourselves into a much more organized player by the time we hit the next season. And at this point of time, we continue to be only available in UP and within UP a select portion of the markets. And as the journey continues, we will keep you also updated on the progress of this. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Congratulations on the good launches, the progress, and we really do hope we see a tequila as well. Thanks so much.
Thank you. We'll keep it in mind. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from the line of Ankur Agarwal from RC Business House Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hi. My question is for ethanol side. How much is the average maize price for October and November, and how much is up or down from last September quarter?
Niranjan?
In October, at the end of October, the price has been down by 3%. November, we don't have a number right now. But October versus September, the down was 3%.
Okay. And the capacity utilization for ethanol in October, November?
So with that, we need to study right now. We've just finished our quarter closer. But having said that, we've already mentioned in our investor deck that correcting Samalka, we are operating at 85%.
Okay. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nishant Bhatt from Equity Works Limited. Please go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are, Nishant. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So my first question was, once the UP distillery comes online, when can we see a good impact on our revenues, consolidated revenues and margins due to this UP entry which is happening? Because we know that there are already some green shoots emerging, but when can we see a real impact in the revenues?
So, should I take it, Niranjan?
Yeah, take it, please.
So as Shekhar has already alluded to, we are expecting the facility to kick in within this quarter, and as of now, we are on schedule for that. We are not new to starting distilleries or distillation processes. We have a few already running. So obviously, as the ramp-up continues, the yields and the results will start to float in. It's very difficult to, at this point of time when the distillery is still going to start, for us to start giving indications of that. But suffice to say, at the cost of repeating, is that we know and we run distilleries, and we should be able to ramp up fairly rapidly.
Okay. And one more question on the balance sheet side. When can we expect, a significant deleveraging in the balance sheet, as we are already, making significant cash flow through the manufacturing business?
Okay. So, see, our long-term loans will get paid over a period of 1 to 2 years because we've started repaying now. On working capital, we will have increase of cash because of our profits increasing. Also, it will be a ripple impact on our consumer business also, because on Prestige and above, the requirement of working capital is more. So, yes, there will be deleveraging on balance sheet, both on the short term and the long term, but we also need to keep in mind that our IMFL business, which is a Prestige and above business, will go up, and that requires more investment on working capital. So on long term, definitely a reduction. On short term, also a reduction, but keeping in mind the numbers of working Prestige going up, there could be some increase in short term.
And I guess that's why this new fundraise has been happening towards the. I think majority of this fundraise to develop the P&A segment.
Yeah. So basically, you're correct. Basically, it will be a realignment of debt. The long term will come down significantly. The short term will not go up significantly, but there will be an increase in consumer business.
The raising of funds, the board will sit down and decide, and then we will share the board's decisions with the markets appropriately. At that point of time, till the decision is taken, is still a conjecture. But rest assured that we will do what is best for the servicing our vision as well as for shareholder value.
Okay. And the last question is this Haryana shutdown which has happened. Is the plant now operational, or is it still mothballed?
The plant was not operational for a few days, which we have sent to our exchanges because of the flooding. It's completely operational now.
Okay. That's all from my side.
Thank you.
I hope, one more point I wanted to add, that the new expressions that you have been launching, I'm really liking the branding of it. So just wanted to congratulate on that also.
Thank you for your motivating words. Thank you. We appreciate it. Keeps us going.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from the line of Gautam, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so what's the current margin for maize, and how much is it in use in the entire 325 million?
Almost 70% to 75% is maize-based ethanol as of now, and the margins that you see is in the range of 6% to 7%, EBITDA at 5.4 per liter.
Got it. And what's the current growth for Carib beer from the last quarter? Will you be able to share that?
Growth of Carib beer?
Yeah, Carib beer. The joint.
No, it hasn't reached growth situation yet. We just entered the market. We are slowly building to expand. It's way too early to start this conversation, because we started with a couple of markets, a couple of towns in UP, then we've expanded into more towns. We are adding width of distribution, depth of distribution. See, we want to build a robust business, so we're not expecting that within 3, 4, 5 months of launching the brand, suddenly we now talk about growth on the brand. There'll be time for that.
Got it. Understood. Because last quarter I saw that there was this 40,000 cases sold. So
this will continue in yo-yo form till it takes a shape, because initially there is width of distribution, then that is followed along with the depth of distribution also as the repeats starting coming. Then there are learnings that will come. So it's the one full cycle of pattern has to form itself for a meaningful sort of exchange of projections. But I definitely think by sometime next April, May, we will have a clear line of sight as to how, because when we'll be in the deep summer of next year, we will have a clear action plan as to how we see this thing taking forward.
Got it. And on the expansion, moving out of UP, like?
Yeah, so that is obviously as soon as we have a total, what should I say, the business plan rolls out and reaches a stage where we see UP getting it to its own, then obviously the next phase is to consider, okay, then the options, we will have all the usual options of expanding geography, improving our options within the state, and those are decisions which are still on the table, and they are part of the options that we have, and we will exercise those options as soon as possible.
Got it. Thank you. That's all I had. And like the earlier person said, the branding is amazing. I really love them. Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for appreciating.
Thank you.
We're very excited that it's getting appreciated.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll take the next question from the line of Dhruv Kashyap, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. My first question was that would you be able to share in the month of October and November, last 47 odd days, what is the exact price at which we are buying maize?
I don't think we disclose that.
We'll have to wait for...
Nilanjan is supposed to answer it, but I'm saying I don't...
No, we'll not be able to disclose that right now. But yes, there has been a reduction versus October, but we won't be able to disclose it right now.
If you can't disclose it, would you be able to give a guidance that it's what I hear you saying is it's definitely lesser than the price you were buying in September quarter?
Yes.
He said that 3%, if I heard correctly.
3%, yes.
And the second question was, would you be able to share when UP goes live, the new distillery there?
See, it is expected to go live in this quarter itself. We are expected to go live in this quarter itself.
Which means sometime in the next sort of 43 days or so?
Next 1 month to 45 days.
And you're saying it should go live this quarter?
Yes, it should go live this quarter.
My last question was more on the sort of geographical and sort of product matrix. So there have been some very, very interesting and exciting launches from Globus, especially on the luxury, where you've put in a second expression of the Duab. You've put in an amethyst crystal, distilled or blended vodka, and as well as the mulberry and mulberries and lychees on Terai. So would you be able to share that? Is that luxury segment really going to have a lot more meat on the bone in the years to come?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. We're very excited with the results that we are getting from our luxury segment, and it gives us a renewed passion and energy to continue driving it. And we see ourselves becoming a better and a more formidable player in this evolving and very fast-growing category in times to come.
So which would mean that there would be more offerings, whether they are in brown spirits or white spirits or whiskies or vodkas or gins or rums. So there'll be a full sort of portfolio play in the luxury segment.
I would avoid conjecturing at this moment on a lighter note, but suffice to say we see our presence in a much more distinguished and a weighty way as we move forward. We see ourselves continuing to service our ambition in a bigger way than we have. We are very, very excited about this category and with our performance so far.
Yeah, great. And the last question is on the IMIL front. What I understand is that maybe 80-85% of your turnover comes from Rajasthan. You're trying to build a business of scale in UP very, very early days, and we really don't know whether which way prohibition going in Bihar, etc. So would you be able to share as to where will the next... So when you've shared this vision 2029, where you're talking about 2,250 crores coming from the consumer business, where I would assume that 1,600 crores would be from the IMIL business, which currently last year was 867 crores. So where are we seeing this big next 600-700 crores coming from in the next 3 years?
And it's got three pillars to it. As we've already called it out in regular and others, the most of the story that is baked in is from UP and continuing mid-single digit growth from Rajasthan, as well as in Prestige and Above. We've called out that Prestige and Above will become 25% circa of our overall consumer business. So the numbers are obviously already there. So we've already called out where the growth is going to come from. And we have mentioned that West Bengal, Haryana and Delhi continue to be a wait and watch opportunity, but they are not part of our, they're not heavily baked into our vision.
Yeah. And my last question on the Prestige and Above, which is really sort of a fairly exciting business where you're making a lot of inroads in the recent past. If that Vision 2029 again is to be looked at, you're looking at maybe a 500-600 crore kind of a business. My understanding is you're already in 9 or 10 markets, having launched Assam and Maharashtra and Goa, etc. recently, and the plan is to go to 15 markets. And so would this be sort of across channels? Are you also looking at travel, retail, etc.? If you could just share some color on how you're planning to grow the IMFL, the Prestige Plus business to a 500-600 crore business.
Yeah, so in terms of the pillars of growth, obviously travel retail is going to be a part of it. So is CSD going to be a part of it. And the third one, and the important one, is when we say we are present in 10 states and we are moving towards 17, we must keep it in mind that all 10 states where we are present do not contain our full portfolio of brands. So different states have a different portfolio depending on our initial right to win and how those brand categories perform in that state in terms of volume and margin salience. And basis that, obviously, it is something that will keep on evolving, and our presence within those states will also continue to expand in terms of brands. So the expansion is not only going to be geography and travel retail, it is also going to be within the states.
Got it. So both product and sort of geographical sort of matrix that you will.
And then travel retail will be part of it, absolutely.
So at some stage you would be looking at opening up travel retail as well as CSD. I don't think we exist there right now, right?
No. So as of now, we are not present in both.
But pretty soon you're looking at opening up both.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, great. Yeah, thanks a lot and all the very best, and share the same sentiment that I think the packaging, the product, the brand, it's quite appealing and it calls out to you from the shelf.
Thank you so much for your encouraging words through. Appreciate.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, due to time constraint, that was the last question. I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you all for joining us. Like always, we are available for further questions. If you may have, please feel free to reach us directly or through our investor relations agency, Stellar. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, members of the management. Thank you, sir. On behalf of Globus Spirits Limited, that concludes this conference. We thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.
Thank you.